Good morning, statistics students, those of you out there in YouTube world, and those of you here in the classroom, of course. So this category of linear transformations is not the kind of linear transformations that we think of in algebra class. It's linearly transforming our values in our data set and seeing what happens to the statistics that we measure when we do. So there's a lot of reasons for linearly transforming our data. It could be just as simple as changing units from ounces to grams, changing temperatures from Fahrenheit to centigrade. So maybe let's, anybody know how to change, what the formula is for changing from Fahrenheit to centigrade is? So you take your temperature and you divide and you subtract 32 and multiply by 5/9. All right, Google it. Okay. So if I want to get centigrade, I take my temperature in Fahrenheit. I subtract 32 and multiply by 5/9. Is that what it is? Something like that. Okay. Yeah, you're right. We probably should Google it. But anyway, so that's a linear transformation? Well, sure it is. So that's 5/9 F minus whatever 32 times 5/9 is. If that's the right conversion. I'll put parentheses here so that doesn't look like a decimal point. So that's a linear transformation because that looks like a y equals mx plus b. Okay? Alright. So we're going to take some values, and I'm not going to take some values that are temperatures. So we're going to start off a little simplistic here. So let's just start off with some values, and I'll start putting them in lists, and maybe you'll want to do that too. And we're going to start collecting some statistics here. So in list 1, my initial set of values, I'm going to have 2, 3, 7, 7, 8, and 10. Okay. So, yeah, it might help for you to put those in a list 1 in your calculator. It might help you remember how to do that without doing the infamous deleting all of your lists. Alright, that looks pretty good. Going to do our 2 sets of statistics on these. Do you remember how to find out the mean and the standard deviation without having to run those long formulas through your calculator? One var stats. So it's not second stat, it's just plain old stat. And then it's over to the right to calc. Is this going to be a problem?
No.
Okay. So, what's the mean for 2, 3, 7, 7, 8, 10? 6 1/3? I got 6.16. I didn't get 6 1/3. Okay. What's the standard deviation? Do we use the S or do we use this, what looks like a sigma? We use the S. So 3.06. Generally, if we're asking the calculator to give us a standard deviation, we use the S. And if we're feeding into the calculator a standard deviation, we'll use sigma. What's the median? Arrow down, find the median. And the IQR. How do I figure IQR? Q3 minus Q1, which is 8 minus 3, which is 5. All right. Going to do my first linear transformation, which means I'm going to take all the values in L1. This I'm going to put in L2. I'm going to take all the values in L1, and I'm going to add 100. Okay? So you can do this with your calculator nicely. Let me see what I can do here. Come on. I'll go into Edit. I'll go to List 2. I go up, arrow all the way up to where I'm highlighted on the List 2, and then I say L1 plus 100. To get L1, I say second, number 1, plus 100, and bada boom, it did that for me very quickly. Was that magic? Yeah, okay. Again, no statistician works without a computer. All right. We'll try that a few times, but all right, I should have written that in another color so we know, but anyway. Can you find the mean and the standard deviation and the median and the IQR? What's the mean? Mm. 106 point, so I'm going to round that to 17. Okay. What's standard deviation? What's my median? What's my IQR? Okay. Tell me what you notice. What numbers have stayed the same? Okay. Standard deviation has remained unchanged. IQR has remained unchanged. Those happen to be my measures of spread. Does it make sense that my measures of center have moved? You know, the center of that second set of data better not still be 6, because I don't, 6 isn't even in that set of numbers. Okay, so it makes sense that my centers have changed dramatically. By how much have they changed? By 100. By how much I added to each one of those values. Okay.